stage reading, we have Emmeline, a regal, dramatic woman in her 50s.
And we have Millicent, a regal, austere woman in her 50s. That is Millicent, not Maleficent.
An important distinction.
Emmeline Pankhurst was a British political activist and leader of the British suffragette movement who helped women win the right to vote.
Millicent Garrett Fawcett was an English feminist, intellectual, political, and union leader and writer. She is primarily known for her work as a campaigner for women to have the vote. This play is an imagined meeting between the two of them before they became publicly ostracized.
By whom?
Written, largely.
Largely.
I don't have the author's name.
Okay.
Zoe.
Sorry.
It's written by Vex. Find it later. It's written by Found Later.
Yes. I need you to make sure that those letters are sent off to Cristobal post-haste. In a moment, Martha. They always say the post between here and Paris is reliable, but who can really say? Just another moment, let me finish. What about this hat? I find it altogether dashing, but it may be too much for some. Oh, bother, let them think that, not me. Goodbye, Martha. Oh, I didn't know you were here.
So it would seem.
Martha did not tell me of your arrival.
I believe she was attempting to do so.
So it would seem.
Emmeline,
Millicent,
I know you must be wondering why I am here.
I would say that it was a pleasure, but we're beyond that, aren't we? Uttering inane pleasantries.
And how is Christabel?
As fine as she can be. Running an organization the scale of WPSU, as she does all the way from Paris. She's a delicate flower.
Is she not there to avoid prison after spitting in the face of a policeman?
As I said, a delicate flower.
And your other daughters?
Fighting the good fight for women everywhere.
The good fight.
Any fight whose efforts support the cause is a good fight. Let us cut to the chase. What do you want, Millicent? I have a speaking engagement to attend.
Fine, let me be succinct. I want you to halt your militant tactics.
Such a small thing. Why, of course. How could I not when asked so prettily?
This is no laughing matter.
Did you really think that you were the first to ask me to stop? That it would be so easy? Let me give you a piece of advice. Trust in God. She will provide.
Now you are simply trying to shock me into silence.
Is it working?
Don't you see what your tactics are leading to? Not every fight helps the good fight. Think of the lives you are destroying.
I have never advised the destruction of life. Of property, yes. Life, no.
It reaches the same end. Your riots create destruction, not change.
They're not riots, but rebellions. Take notice. Rebellions, revolutions, a revolt. Destruction is still change, whether you like it or not. You see, there is something that governments care far more than human life, and that is the security of property. And so, it is through property we shall strike the enemy. We must be militant in our own way. In fact, I incite you to rebellion.
Are you suggesting that Britain be like the phoenix? That it must be destroyed so that it can rise up from its own ashes?
I have made speeches urging women to adopt methods of rebellion, such as have been adopted by men in every revolution.
We are women. Why must we be like men?
Is that not exactly what we are fighting for? To be like them? To be equal?
We're not equal, but different. Why must destruction be our tactic? I believe that we, as women, can find our own way to incite change.
You miss the very heart of the problem. Window breaking, when men do it, is regarded as honest expression of political opinion. Window breaking, when women do it, is treated as a crime. Until our actions bring about the same response, we are different and most definitely not equal.
What draws men and women together is stronger than brutality and tyranny, which drive us apart.
And you are a fool if you believe that.
Why, I never.
Exactly right. You never. You do not dare and you do not dream. You are stuck in the ways of the past. I have seen what the past had to offer. The first time I went into a workhouse, I was horrified to see little girls 6 and 7 and 8 years old on their knees scrubbing the cold stones of the long corridors. I found that there were pregnant women in that workhouse scrubbing floors, doing the hardest kind of work, almost until their babies came into the world. These poor, unprotected mothers and their babies were potent factors in my education as a militant.
And what did you do to help them?
What?
You saw they were suffering, so what did you do? Did you donate money? Did you offer them a kind word? Did you drop to your knees and help them to scrub? I am not denying that things need to change. How could they not? But why through destruction and pain?
Whose pain? Men make the moral code and they expect women to accept it. They have decided that it is entirely right and proper for men to fight for their liberties and their rights, but it is not right and proper for women to fight for theirs. If your goal is suffrage, why are you urging me to let them win?
If the 19th century has been a time of education for women, why must it be no less a time of education for men? You keep saying that they made the rules. Fine, I know. I live in the same society that you do. But if we are changing, learning what we as women want, what we can take, what the world has to offer, why can't they? You act as though only women can change. That men stay the same no matter how the world spins. We are on the same side. Can't you see?
Just because we have the same goal does not put us on the same side.
We fight for the same things.
It is not what we fight for, but how.
Can we not compromise?
How can I join ranks with someone who refuses to raise arms? This is war!
We're taking this too far. Achieving enfranchisement will not take a war. A war between who?
Civil war between man and woman. We will win, make no mistake about it.
This militancy is unbecoming.
I did not ask to be becoming. I demand to be victorious.
And what about those caught in the crossfire?
When you have warfare, things happen. People suffer. The non-combatants suffer as well as the combatants. And so it happens in civil war.
And do you find every woman strong enough to fight alongside you in this war?
Those with the will to win are strong enough to fight. The future is female, after all.
Now there were almost as many fallacies in your speeches as there were words.
My tactics will work. Yours will fail. I will accept nothing less than success. Sometimes the obsequious benevolence of men is nothing but a boon when you have a cause.
However benevolent men may be in their intentions, they cannot know what women want and what suits the necessities of women's lives, as well as women know these things themselves. I know what you want. I can help you achieve it. It is only your damned policies that separate us.
One baby is a patient baby and waits indefinitely until its mother is ready to feed it. The other baby is an impatient baby and cries lustily, screams and kicks and makes everyone unpleasant until it is fed. Well, we know perfectly well what baby is attended to first. That is the whole history of politics.
Throwing tantrums is not the way to achieve it.
Why not? Can't you see how much I have achieved?
I think you have blinders on if you choose to see it that way.
Once you encouraged us, hailed us even for our courage and dedication.
Times have changed. Isn't that what you wanted? Your hunger strikes are mere publicity stunts, and your militant activists are the chief obstacles in the way of success of the suffrage movement in the House of Commons.
If this is how you really feel, then why are you here? Why are you here, Millicent? I only have so much fight in me tonight. We just go in circles.
You have begun dealing in arson, Emmeline, and you go too far.
You act as though I light the fires myself.
You might as well be doing so.
I give no one orders. I tell no one to do it. But can I be mad if they do it themselves? If they take initiative? If these women find an outlet for their fury? Do you ever get angry?
Of course I do. Look at my hand.
Keep your temper.
Your old opponent, Mainwaring, he recommended it to me. Said it was the only thing that ever kept him from bellowing at you.
I always did wonder what your trick was.
I want us to join forces. I know that it is possible. And think of what we could achieve.
Why do you keep pushing for this? Our approaches are incompatible.
I do not want David to take down Goliath.
Who is who?
NUWSS has 50,000 members compared to the 2,000 of WSPU. You make remarkable progress with such a small number, but if we enveloped you, directed your passions more...
You want to rein me in.
I think that the way you are heading, you will take us all down with you, and you will do nothing more than set back the effort to get the vote so far that none of us will see it in our lifetimes.
You want me to stop fighting.
Yes.
The militancy of men, through all the centuries, has drenched the world with blood. The militancy of women has harmed no human life, save the lives of those who fought the battle of righteousness.
You would drown us all in blood.
If that's what it takes.
And so David takes down Goliath.
Be careful not to crush David as you fall.
I can never feel that setting fire to houses and churches and destroying valuable pictures really helps to convince people that women ought to be enfranchised.
We are here, not because we are lawbreakers. We are here in efforts to become lawmakers.
At least there we are agreed.